Come into the room. Come into the room, family. I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, their dependents, and active duty service members. Come into the room. Let me check my sound and we're going to get started. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience. Now that you're here, let us know that you are here. We're going to get ready to get started, family, because we want to move expeditiously as we handle this business. And we have our brother Charleston Zimmerman says, "Hi, H-Town Vet. Glad you got it done. Today is my birthday, and 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. Also, this month, my year, 1954, was birth of the H-bomb, the hydrogen bomb." Okay. Learned a lot from you tonight, just in that message. Come on into the room, family. Let us get started. And we thank you for joining us, being here with us. Let's get it going. We want to say special thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. We want to thank you for your continued support. We want to give a special thanks to all newcomers and new subscribers. We thank you for being part of our team here. Thank you so much. How's the weather where you at? I'm going to give you a few seconds to respond. Tell us how the weather's doing. And I'm going to check something right quick. Thank you. All right, family, we're in here. Thank y'all for being here. I got my business straight. Had to finish up some things for the live stream and been working all day. But I do my best to bring you the best quality. And we want to, Sister Betty Bob says, "H-Town, hello. You have beautiful Sunday." Yes, indeed. Thank you. Now, Bionic Woman said, "Good evening, Mr. H-Town Vet and veteran family. Welcome to all newcomers. Hope all is well." Doing pretty good here. Then we got Bionic Woman says, "Hi, Betty Bops. For those of you that don't know, this is an interactive channel. In the beginning, I do go over some of the comments, then I get started on the information. Like to acknowledge all newcomers and people that's coming into the room. Coasty say, "Good evening, H-Town Vet and family." Betty Bob say, "Happy birthday, Charleston Zimmerman." His fellow Navy, I forgot the seamate. I think, what y'all call it? What y'all call each other in the Navy? Army George say, "Hello, H-Town and all veterans. Today is Brother Charles Zimmerman's birthday, so give him a shout out." He says, "Thanks, Betty Bops." Betty Bob say, "Bionic Woman, hi." And shipmate, that's what y'all call shipmate. Okay. Now, Betty Bob say, "Good evening, veteran family." I'm going to let y'all continue to say hi to each other, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, thank y'all, family, for joining us and being here. So today, as usual, we're going to go by our standard operating procedure, our SOP. And that being our objectives is the topic for tonight. We're going to check to see if there's any VA law updates. Then we're going to go over veteran news, give a little information about our channel, as we always do for newcomers. Then we're going to have the after party. It's a topic for today. Let's talk about it. It is Black History Month. And we're going to continue talking about Black history. Now, today we're talking about Black American musical creations. And we're going to start with country music. Now, the question that we're going to be asking throughout the series is, was all American music created by Black Americans? Now we're going to start with country music, and we're going to see. All right. Now, this is interactive. If you know something H-Town, excuse me, clear my throat, that H-Town doesn't know, you let me know. Now let us continue. So, well, basically, much of the information. Hold on, let me clear my throat, fam. Give me a second. Sorry about that, family. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Had to clear my throat. Now, our Sister Bionic Woman say, remember to hit that like button. And I appreciate y'all for doing so. Now, so American music in the United States American music it has roots. All music genres have roots. And the genres, what I'm telling you here as the H-Town vet, we're going to help you answer the whole question, but I'm telling you, at least on the screen here, that punk rock, heavy metal, rock and roll, hip hop, grunge music. I know a lot of people may not know what grunge music is or may be surprised. And country music are all genres that comes from Black music. All right. And created by Black people. All right. Without Black people, these music genres would not exist. But the overall question was all U.S. American music created by Black Americans. That's what we're going to talk, and we're going to see if you know something that I don't know. Now, the one punk rock, that's kind of self-explanatory because rock and roll comes out of what? Black people. And it actually meant what? It was a term used for men and women being in the bed. They'd be rocking and rolling. So that's a term that was used in my community. Hip hop, we know, but there's been some people saying that hip hop was not created by Black people, that Jamaicans did, that Puerto Ricans did. Understand something about our music genres. They wasn't created just one person just popped up and say, okay, this is how this music was created. Didn't happen like that. It's a part of our culture. And I'm going to let you know, we're going to get to it and let you know exactly where it originated, where nobody else could have made it because of where it came from. And you would have been a member of that organization in order to be influenced, or family members that were part of that organization. All right. Now, grunge music started by a group named Bam Bam in the lower right corner. And that Black lady was the lead singer. And she grew up in the church. She started grunge music. Kurt Cobain, that's famous for grunge music, he used to carry her bags. She was his mentor. Remember that word as we go through this information, okay? Everybody that gets successful in American music has a Black mentor. Now, you didn't hear that anywhere else, have you? For the most part, right? Heavy metal, which is metal rock. Where did it come from? Jimi Hendrix, right? Jimi Hendrix. Where did he get the game from? Albert King, not B.B. King. Albert King, another blues singer, who played who all the rock people, they played the beat just like he does. Albert King, look him up. A Black American man. Now, Chuck Berry, rock and roll, he started rock and roll. Three people that are main in the creation of the start of all rock. One being Chuck Berry, the other one being Little Richard, and the third one being Ike Turner. Ike Turner released the first rock album. Yes, he did. Chuck Berry, he did the music. He could sing, play, and dance at the same time. Little Richard was the architect. When James Brown's got his start, he talked to Little Richard. Go watch the movies. It's all in the history. Black people collaborated, worked with each other, and supported each other. Now, country music is the one we're going to be talking about today. So let's get started here. Now, we're gonna. I still didn't correct that. Sorry about that. We'll go with that some time. Well, don't pay attention to the stuff to the right. I thought I changed it on this slide. But what we're talking about today, first thing is the U.S. roots of soul, blues, and jazz. Right? Those are the foundational musical areas that we're covering. That's the foundation of all American music. Now, today we're going to talk about country and Western and how soul music had the influence, because soul is one of the first ones you got to consider, because soul comes from, it's from the heart. It's a passion. Soul singers like Aretha Franklin, Al Green, James Brown, and Sam Cooke. All right. So soul music has a certain, out of soul music, you get R&B. Out of soul music, you get almost everything. You get R&B, pop, all of these genres. Okay. Because many of them, that's even Michael Jackson has sung pop. He originally sung soul as a young child. Right. Now, like I say, Aretha Franklin, Al Green, James Brown, and Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, just continue. These are soul singers. So where did it come from? Out of the Black church. So it's really impossible for others to say that they claim that they created anything. And most people are not, because they know better, but they try to imply like it's all one big American soup, which is not. We have our sister, our favorite veteran here, Crimson Alumni 4, said, hey, y'all, welcome. Now, so out of the Black church comes all these music genres. And where did the Black church get it from? From the Black people that were on the plantations, singing Negro spirituals, spiritual songs, work songs on the railroad during slavery, because they were people that were enslaved, and work songs when they were out in the plantations in the fields. So let us continue. Now, we already talked. You see the gentleman in the middle. He was the man that started the cadence. Remember? Mr. Duckworth. Well, he got the way he sung and everything off of the railroad. When he worked on the railroad, you see how they moving the tires? These are older men still doing it, and they showing, and they would sing to stay in rhythm and moving the big rails of track for the railroad. Black slaves sang songs to provide rhythm, motivation, and inspiration while working in the cotton fields and on the railroad. They also used songs to communicate with each other and to plan escapes. And a lot of them would leave during holidays like Christmas. Now listen to why this is important. Railroad work songs are country music and the roots of white country music. All right. Now you say, well, H-Town, why are you dividing it out? Because what did they tell Beyonce? Your song is not a country song because she's Black and singing a genre that her people created. They say, well, you got to come around us and we got to accept you like it's a club. It's not a club. When you came and got the music from us, you wasn't no club, but she got to join a club. She got to come in, and I don't know what she gonna do because stars are do crazy weird stuff. So she might say, it might all be about the money. Who knows? But it's a genre that our people created. Now, but for her to get in, or anybody black person to get in, only 3 black people that are in the Music Hall of Fame, right? One by the name of Bedford. The other one is the guy from the lead singer from Hootie and the Blowfish, but he'd already made it famous with another music genre. And I think Charlie Pride is the third one. And his brother and son sings better than him. They sing country music better than him. Huh? He says that. Now, it also comes out of when they would go back to the slave quarters, the slave plantation. Now, this is a very big slave house. They were usually 1/3 this size. But when they go back, they would sing songs to put the babies to sleep. And many of our family members would sing while they were cleaning and preparing meals. Now, 2 of the big things that we created here was the banjo and the fiddle. All right, that's why in the series Roots, one of his ancestors was called Fiddler, because that's what he did. Now, other people picked it up and act like they created it. They didn't create anything. They didn't create it. They didn't really say they created it back then. And we're going to get to that, why we know they know where they got it from. They would admit it, and they would do a certain thing that showed you they know where they got it from. But the banjo is not the same as the African device. The lute is similar to the lute, not much. Very much different. Lute is something really different. So this is totally an American invention. So these are some of the founding instruments for country music. Now, like I told you, the black church, the hymns, the religious songs, the way our mannerisms, the way we express ourselves when we sang, when we talked. Now let's talk about country music, the impact that black soul music had on it, black American music. Now the first, what they call they said a few people before him, but Jimmie Rodgers is considered the father of country music. He was born in 1897. He passed in 1933. He lived about 36 years, was the first nationally famous country music star, and is known as the father of country music. Now, understand something. I wasn't able to put it on here because it ain't in this section, but the first jazz album back in around this time, like early 1905, 1910, was done by an Italian group, but they didn't create jazz. They just so happened to copy black people. And when the black people saw what they were doing, that they were trying to get famous off of their culture, they stopped giving them information. So they could never make another jazz song album after that. All right. Now, so he learned, this is Jimmie Rodgers, the father of country music. He learned country music from his own experiences working on the railroad as a water boy for black railroad workers singing railroad songs. That's right. The same thing that Mr. Duckworth did. He learned from them. He was a water boy for them. And if you look at him, he got on the conductor outfit right there. He was a teenager at the time. He was a younger child, probably about 12 to 15, I think he was. And this is how we know he got it from black people. When he first started performing, he put on blackface, as you see to the right. Jimmie Rodgers performed in blackface minstrel shows. All right. And so once he got famous, he just stopped putting on the blackface. He got famous. But in the beginning, it's like somebody wanting to rap. They put on blackface to say, look, I'm a real rapper. What he was trying to say, I'm a real country singer. All right. He had, remember, black mentors. And there was a gentleman, I forget the brother's name. He also he also sung on some of Jimmy Rogers' records. He's a black man blues singer. Let us continue, family. Oh, now we just went over the father of country music. Now we're going to talk about the first family of country music. The first family of country music, as they say, you know, that the Carter family is the first family of country music. Well, if they're the first family, why did they have to get the game from Leslie Riddle? Leslie Riddle is the man you see with another blues singer, our brother Brownie McGee, and you see Leslie Riddle to the right. I have an arrow pointing to him. Leslie Riddle, he was working. He had his leg cut off doing one of his work things, so he started playing the music as other ways to make money. All right. So what happened? Leslie Riddle influence on the Carter family helped to shape country music. Okay. Remember, so once they started trying to develop it, they didn't know what to do. It wasn't a part of their culture. So what did the Carter family do? They went to people like Leslie first. They tried to do it on their own. Huh? Come on, let me tell you what they did on their own. They went to black churches and they went around and ate at black people's house. There was never no segregation in this country. The only people that were segregated was the black people from everybody else, the black men in particular. White people went through black neighborhoods all the time during that time. You hear what I said? You couldn't say white person stay out. So they come down there, and him and his daughters and his wife, and he was writing down the hymnals, and he didn't know how to put the music down right. So he had his daughters copy it from the black people that would sing and things like that. And black people being like, okay, coming down to somebody being nice, but they were actually spies just trying to get our culture so they could make money off of it, close the door behind us, and they the ones say, you know, hey, we the one. Now look at this. When it comes to Leslie Riddle, Nashville blues musician, he was a Nashville blues musician who taught the Carters in 1928, that's when they met, how to play the guitar and sing. Well, hold on. What did he teach them how to sing? Country music. Leslie performed on several Carter albums. If you go back and look at the Carter's family albums, he's in the music. Just like with the guy Jimmy, having black people on the albums. All right. He gathered so what he would do, trying to help them, he gathered old black songs for the Carter family and recording companies. So he would go through as a black man, get the information, and he never became famous himself. He never came to stardom. They came to stardom. They the one got all of the rights, and then, like I say, that's how I go. But they were nice to him, so I guess he felt special. But it ain't about feeling special. It's about protecting your culture. But if he'd have tried to do it, they wouldn't have did. They wanted a crossover white group. White people want to have our music to themselves so they could make money off of it. Now, DeFord Belford, who is him? Who is this guy here? Hold on. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the Grand Ole Opry. And if you heard of the Grand Ole Opry, give us a 1 in the chat. If you've heard of the Grand Ole Opry, put a 1 in the chat. Who used to watch Hee Haw? You've heard of the Grand Ole Opry, put 1 in the chat. Now I want you to go check me. And if I'm wrong about this, you come back and you tell me I'm a liar. And I'll respect that, because if you can show me proof that I am, I'll take all this back. I'll recant it. Well, the Grand Ole Opry, all right, in Tennessee. She said, I did watch it. We all watch Hee Haw. I love Hee Haw. What was that song that they would sing? Something pain, misery on me. If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. You remember that? So let's see. H-Town say, yes, he's heard of the Grand Ole Opry. Betty Bops have heard of the Grand Ole Opry. Coastie have heard of the Grand Ole Opry. Charleston has heard of Grand Ole Opry, and Bionic Woman has too. Now, here we go, family. He was a short man. He was about 4'11". A lot of time, black people grow up around these chemical things, and it stunts our growth. Prince wasn't about 5'1" or 5'2", but he grew up in and what does they call it? You know where the singer Prince grew up at. He I forget the name of it, but he was stunting his growth because he grew up next to a chemical plant that got in the soil, just like in my neighborhood. They would put us right next to the chemical plants. Even the good white people did it, right? Now, our brother Bailey said he was born in 1899 and he died in 1982. He radio performance started the Grand Ole Opry. I say he started because when he was doing the radio performances, that's how he helped create the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, he started because of him. He got it set up, right? There would be no Grand Ole Opry if it wasn't for him. He's the first black person to perform there. They honored him about 20 years ago. After he died, they had his family come in there for a few minutes and they pushed him right out of the Country Music Awards. Go look it up. I would have had it on here, but it's this trying to make sure it's detailed. Yeah, he had his granddaughters, and I think I don't know if his wife was still alive. And when they come in there, they weren't sharing none of that money with him. He made them billions of dollars. He didn't die until, like I say, 1982. But he didn't get it from himself. He got it from black culture. Remember, when they get something started, they always need a black mentor. All right, let us continue. Now, who in here put a yes in the Y in the chat if you've heard of Hank Williams? Not the son. Hank Williams is daddy. I know you may know Hank Williams Jr. Who heard of Hank Williams? Right, one of the most popular country singers. Put a Y in the chat. If you hadn't, put an N in the chat. Let us know if you've heard of Hank Williams. Now, Hank Williams, he got the game from Rufus T. Top Paine. Was credited by was credited by Williams as his only musical mentor. Now listen to what he said. His only musical mentor. I mean, ain't nobody else teach him country music but Rufus Paine. Now, Rufus Paine was a homeless black man that lived in a boarding house that his mother ran, that Hank Williams' mom ran. Okay? And so they just recognized him. Look it up there. They still put the Alabama flag up there with the Confederate thing on it, right? But they got him. They honored Rufus Paine. He was born in 1884 and died in 1939. All right. Now, William Williams, which is Hank Williams, as a boy in Georgiana, Alabama, was taught by Rufus how to sing and play the guitar. Are y'all starting to see a common thread? Remember that our brother, when it came to the Carter family, what did he do? He taught the daughters how to play the guitar. So they're being taught by black people. In this case, a homeless black man. Now, Williams paid Paine in food. Now, let me tell you, you know what they said on Wikipedia? I want you to hear what I'm saying. They said he gave Paine money. Ain't no young white child giving no black man no money in the South. Do you know that'll get that man killed just like that? Back in them times. So the lie detector determined that was a lie. There's a few lies that they put in there trying to all lives matter it, like everybody was together and it was only the Klan, and the Klan wasn't everybody else. Everybody else was nice. The black people, the white people nice. The Klan was just the bad. I don't like boogeyman and people. Remember, Woodrow Wilson, our most educated president, got inducted in the Klan in the White House. And he wasn't no dummy. He wasn't no hick. He's from Virginia, very intelligent man. one of our most intelligent president, and he was highly racist at the same time. So I don't like him putting it off there. But in these cases, what happened? The young boy, like people do, this man had something that he wanted. He wanted to learn it. Now, William later recorded, "My bucket got a hole in it." My bucket's got a hole in it. One of the songs Payne taught him. So he did pay homage to Payne. Now we got to give him that. And there's reports that he'll pay for his funeral and all that. But what I'm saying is, this man get lost in history. You understand? He paid him in food. Now he on the street singing "Gifted," but ain't nobody gonna sign him because he black. Now, so Hank Williams, he learned the black music and he become famous. Let me see what we got there. I said yes. Charleston said yes, and then Betty Bob says yes. Now, let us continue. But Hank Williams died at a young age. He died like 29, and that's a statue next to him in the middle of T.Ty. Payne. And black people always had nicknames because that's how we kept our lives secret, so people wouldn't be snitching on us, getting us killed or lynched or things like that. We run by nicknames as a way to protect ourselves. Now, hold on. H-Town, you done took it too far, H-Town. Johnny Cash did not have nothing to do with no black mentor. Now, hold on. Let's just shut the channel down. Johnny Cash, the great Johnny Cash, who could sing, who I love as a country singer. I ain't gonna lie to you. I listen to Johnny Cash. He didn't have no black mentor, did he? No, he didn't have no black mentor, right? The lie detector determined that was a lie. He had one too. All of them have black mentors. Because country music ain't nothing but white people or blues music. That's why they're singing about the same thing. My woman left me. I'm sitting on the porch with a 6-pack of beer. Many of the one thing about country singers, they'll sing a few blues songs all the time. Johnny Cash, what was his song? You get the rhythm, get the blues, all that. Yeah, I don't know if he ever denied it himself, but I'm saying is they just kind of float with it and don't talk about it. But all this, let's see if he had a black mentor. All right, let's see. Hold on, wait a minute. Who is Gus Cannon? Yes, he had a black mentor. Johnny Cash learned country music from a black musician, Gus Cannon. That's him to the right. They got pictures of him when he was old. That's when he's young. What's sitting between his legs? If anybody can notice what that instrument is, let us know. We talked about it a little earlier. What is that instrument between Mr. Gus Cannon's leg while he's sitting there on the stool? Now, Gus Cannon was a black musician who helped to make jug bands popular in the 1920s. Now, we're going to explain what jug bands are in a minute. All right? That's the banjo. Did you hear me? That's the banjo. Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me explain. Sometimes when you see stuff, people are kind of admiring you. You'll see a whole bunch of white people with banjos. You see all type of groups now rap music because a lot of people like our style, our swag, what we do. People copy everything we do. Gay white men that be acting with gesticulation and stuff is acting like a black woman because the gay black men were acting like some of their family members, their sisters, their mothers, their cousins. So the white men are just doing all this extra stuff. That's an exaggeration of how a black woman act or move when she have attitude. Yeah, everybody copies us. Everybody. Matter of fact, Vogue, if you ever heard of Vogue, you know, when they doing all this stuff, a black gay man invented that. Okay? Now, so let's talk about these jug bands. Black artists are the direct origins of country music, but white country music blocks black country songs from being categorized as country. This is what just happened to Beyonce. When they did a couple of years ago when she had daddy lessons. They said, "Oh, nah, we know that's not country music." So they wouldn't let it be in the country category. Then she came up with Carter Country, and I think it's named Carter Country. They say it ain't country music. She won Country Album of the Year. Now everybody praising her. They are fearful because they understand it is our music, and we'll come in and take over. They know this. Do you know? Let me tell you something. Do you know Gladys Knight can sing country music? Because she's from Georgia. That's our music. And somebody, Captain and Tennille. You remember Tennille lady, the white lady that could sing? Like she had a little R&B voice to her. And Captain, he had a big old hat on. One day she was on their program, and Tennille thought she could challenge Gladys Knight. Well, sing this country song. Gladys Knight wore that country song out, and that woman lost her voice trying to keep up with her. Okay? Ray Charles made country albums because they're from the South. Now, let us continue. All right? So, why is this important? Because these genres, this music. Oh, let me talk about this right quick. If you watch the movie about who've watched the movie talking about it's similar. Yeah, it's similar, but we did a different thing to it. Yeah, but it's not the same thing because they can't make the music we make. Yeah, it may have some of the African roots to it, but what we created was our own thing here, because ain't no, there's no respectful, but ain't no Beyonce in Africa, ain't no Nas. So we have our own distinct thing. They have their music. Even Afro beats come from us. The African man that started Afro beats went to California, and the sister hooked him up on the game, told him what to do, and I forget what scene, maybe James Brown. He paired it after, and that's how he went back to Africa and created Afro beats. What about, hold on, but not reggae, right? Not reggae. Yeah, reggae too. Bob Marley, one of the founding members, but the men that went before him, and even Bob Marley, when they asked him, what Jamaican music is, where did it come from? He said it's a fake R&B. He used the word faux, meaning fake. Go look up the interview he did with the woman. I'll show it to you one day. He says a faux R&B. When he first came out, guess how he was dressing? Guess how he was dressing when he first came out? Like the Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Did you know that? You didn't know that, did you? Like the Temptations. He had a short haircut and all that. But what they found, that they couldn't do our music our way, he had to take it and put it in his culture, and that's what you're supposed to do. And he took it and they made their own thing and made their unique sound. But all of the people that came before him say they got it from us. They came here in the 1940s, 30s, and 40s, and they worked on the 1930s and 40s, and they worked on the in Florida and different places with black people, and they go to the Jew joint. And the one guy that did it, he had the music machine shipped back to his wife back in Jamaica, because they could hear some of our music over the radio, but they didn't have some of the things that we have. Now, Kevin say, evening fam. Coach to everybody saying hi to our brother. Now, here we go, family. Now, who is that in the middle? That's Johnny Cash. Who is that in the left corner? That's Johnny Cash. Who that woman here in the middle? Why he in the picture with a black woman? His first wife was black and he had about 4 or 5 children with her. Huh? Vivian? Was she in the movie? Who is that woman up top? This is gonna get interesting with you. That's one of the she's part of the Carter family, the first family of country music. He married her. You see how this game worked? He married her. He went back into the game. Now, what I don't like of what they did with Johnny Cash, I find very disrespectful and not tasteful. Whenever they show movies about him, they try to act like he was some drunk all the time, and that's not true. That man was an accomplished country singer, and he was, he did a lot of good things. He would go to the prisons because he had got incarcerated before. He would go to the prisons, and he would play. They got him playing concerts in the prison with the prisoners. Go listen to the songs. But this man was an Air Force veteran, and he served this country. He was up in them, what do you call it, like working on the communication thing. Yeah, he working the communication. So that, I don't like to misrepresent them like that. Rest in peace, Johnny Cash and the family. Now, this is the jug bands. Have you ever seen people play music with jugs? That's what that is. Using a washboard and stuff like you saw on Hee Haw and all that. That come from black people in the 1920s, 30s, and even before that. Okay, it became popular in the 1920s. Because they didn't have many instruments. That's where break music what do you call it? Break dancing come from, because they couldn't afford to go to tap dancing school. Many of the younger, glad everybody say hi to our brother coming in here. Many of the younger people they were young people that started rap music, the modern rap music. Rap music has been around for years, and we want to get into that on another section. But yeah, they started rap music because they couldn't afford to go to tap dancing school. They wanted to be like Peg Leg Bates, the one that he had one leg and he could tap dance and do everything. He had lost in a farming accident, and our brother Coasty say, hi, Chief. Oh, Chief in the room. Yeah, Chief Z4 here. Now let's see what we say. It's his brother say. Oh, he said, I affirm the rules 1 through 3. Look at Randolph Byrne Madoff. Okay, look, I'm going to put that up. But in a minute, I'm going to go back to it. I'm going to put it up with the question. He agreed to the rules already. He said he saw him. He up on top of the game. Thank you. Everybody show Randolph Burner Madoff. That's a heck of a day. Everybody show love to Randolph Burner Madoff. Oh, you something else. And everybody say, okay. Okay, he's talking to our sister. Just want people to know we chatting. If y'all don't want me putting all the chats out, y'all let me know. Now, remember, this jug music, this is the precursor to country music. And all these music, black people singing all type of music. The issue with us, we make a music, excuse me, and you know what we do? We drop it and move on to something else. Nobody else does that. We'll make a music genre. We made rap music. We'd say, let's go on to something else. Yeah, we got rap. We're doing something else. We'll come up with all type of forms of stuff. Now, some of us stay in the genre, but we always creating music continuously, because out of the church, that's why innovation comes. And everybody saying hi to our brother, Randolph. So glad to have you in there. Good evening, warrior. Indeed, family. Everybody's talking to Chief and everybody now. So this is the precursor to country music. Whenever you see them, and you see a lot of hillbillies that play on, they seem like they playing it with jugs and stuff, but they got that from the black people. See, at first when they started out, they had two groups. They had black blues groups. They all came to the recording studio together, and they had black hillbilly groups. They only signed the black blues groups and that blues group. They wouldn't sign the hillbilly groups. So they started playing blues or doing something else. Did you know that? They only signed the white hillbilly groups. So it's to give you the impression that that hillbilly jug band music come from them. Nah, but as you see, this is a picture from the 1920s, and this man is one of the most popular ones. Let us continue. Now that's it. Now I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think about that? If you learned something you didn't know, all right, put an L in the chat. Put an L in the chat if you learned something new. All right, and I want you to go back and verify the information that we gave you. All right, family, because we want to get right to it. We want to let y'all know we're not playing here. Now, let me see, can I find, we're going to check to see if there's any update on the VA law. No update on VA law. I'm checking right now. Hold on. I don't need to do all that noise. Come on, shut up. I'm talking to myself. Y'all see I talk to myself. I'm telling the TV to shut up. I apologize. Oh boy. Now, well, we're gonna talk about new law they're trying to pass in the VA. I don't like it playing that music. Give me a second here. Let me put it. Okay, I got it on. Maybe, hopefully y'all don't hear it. Now, family, there's no VA law. So thank y'all for that. We know your patience. All right. So if you learn something new, okay. Now that we're gonna do all the genres like that. Now, if y'all know a music genre, let me know that Black people didn't make. We didn't make classic music, but classic music is not from here. That's in Europe. But every genre here, bluegrass, punk rock, all of it from here, from Black people. Now, Charles Gibson say he learned, coaches say they learn. Now, listen to Kevin Colbert Sr. He talking to his sister by the need of brace, my anniversary with my wife Saturday. Yeah, take it easy when you're out there, brother. If you got to take a wheelchair, that's cool too. Don't be ashamed if you got to go to, you want to be safe. And I want you to enjoy. Everybody showing some respect for our brother's anniversary coming up here soon. Yeah, so we want everything to go well for y'all, and we appreciate it. Well, this is a law that's about to change, so we're gonna pull this one up. Are they working on this law? Let me see. All right, y'all ready? Let's do this. Let me put my headset on. I'm gonna turn the music off, and we're gonna look at this new law they're trying to pass dealing with the VA hospital. And family, we want to thank you for your patience with us, because we're working with several windows. Our brother Randolph said, "Good evening, warriors." And let me see. That was earlier. Our brother Randolph Burner Madoff say, happiness of anniversaries, all praises. Exactly. That's what I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. And then Kevin Colbert Sr. says, happy anniversary. Have a lovely time. Now we got Bionic Woman says, Kevin, happy anniversaries to you and your wife. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Want to make sure we start. Let's get started with this. Thank y'all. This is a proposed bill that would end the lapse in veteran health care. This is for those active duty members that are getting out of the military. There's a lapse between you getting out of the military and being able to seek care at the VA hospital because you don't have all your documentation yet. So tell me what you think of this bill that's proposed by, I think, one female Congress lady from California and another one. And I tell me what you think of it. Let's go.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are trying to bridge the health insurance gap that those in the military experience when they leave service. 27 News Washington correspondent Maddie Beertemple reports on the new bill to make sure they don't go months without health care.
Give us a thumbs up if you hear that. If you hear that in the chat, if you can hear, let me know. Somebody give me a thumbs up. If you can hear. And I forgot to say this. Let me go back. We went over to VA law. Give us a thumbs up. And give me a second here. Okay, thumbs up for Betty Bob's Bionic Woman. Say thumbs up. And we're going to put the fair use up. Fair use. This is for educational purposes and informative purposes for veterans. Fair use. So we hear from Betty Bob say she can hear. And Bionic Woman says she can hear. And our brother Randolph Burner, he can hear also. Now, let's get back to it, family.
Military members get health insurance through the government.
But that is not the case once they separate.
California Congresswoman Young Kim says there's a months-long gap between leaving service and getting the official documents veterans need to enroll in VA healthcare.
You need to wait 180 days after separation. Then you can go to VA and sign up to continue your program.
That lapse in coverage is why Kim is re-upping a bill in Congress that creates a pilot program for active duty service members to enroll in VA healthcare 6 months before the end of their service.
We wanted to make sure there was no lapse.
Kim's bill also requires the Department of Veterans Affairs to report annually to Congress on the program and pre-enrolled members. The proposal has support across the aisle.
A very positive thing in such a tightly divided Congress.
Hawaii Democratic Congresswoman Jill Takuda is co-sponsoring the bill. She's seen the sacrifices in her own family.
My grandfather and my great uncles, they served during World War II. My father-in-law, no longer with us, was a Vietnam vet. And my brother, in the most recent conflict, served in Kuwait.
Takuda says Congress can never fully repay service members, but can at least do a better job of caring for them.
Let's think about the fact that they never stopped caring for us, and we've got to do the same.
Kim's bill was introduced last session, but ran out of time. She says this time around, she's optimistic it'll pass the House and Senate.
And then get it onto the president's desk.
Working for you in Washington, Maddie Beertemple, 20.
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate the Congress lady and the other representative there for helping the veterans. We really appreciate them. And so goes California, so goes the rest of the United States. And we really appreciate the hard work she's doing, because we have to consider we out of the military, but there are people still haven't transitioned yet or in the middle of transition out of the military. And we want to go smoother than it went for many of us. So family, thank you so much for your patience there. Now let us continue. No, hold on. Did I miss something? Okay. So let's go to veteran news. So let's cover veteran news. Sorry about that, family. All right, let's go to veteran news. Veteran news. Kevin, our brother Kevin said he could hear too. So I'm gonna need let me play the second one. We're gonna see if you can still hear me. So now we're on the veteran news. We talked about the law. We're gonna talk about a few more laws maybe here. But now we want to talk about a law they're trying to put in place. This is current veteran news. They want to put in place dealing with scammers, family. Give me a second. I don't know why. Why? All right, here we go. As we said earlier, family, we're going to put it on here. Give me a second. We want to make sure. All right, fair use, fair use, fair use. Let's talk about protecting veterans from scamming.
Making a push to protect veterans.
Yeah, today he announced legislation that would guard vets from being swindled by scammers. News 8's Tina Detel live outside the Mystic VFW with a look at that proposed legislation. Tina.
Well, Darren and Ann, first of all, it is illegal for a company to offer to help veterans apply for benefits without telling them that those benefits are already free for them. Now, this legislation is aimed at putting more teeth into that law.
Okay, what's wrong with your hearing? What's wrong with your shoulders? What happened to your knee?
Mystic VFW Commander Craig Floyd is a disabled veteran himself. He can understand why some veterans fall for scams from so-called claims sharks because applying for disability and other benefits can be daunting.
We can also lead them in the right direction, whether they go through the DAV or whether they go for the VA. But you can do that for free.
That was the message today at the Veterans Administration Complex in Rocky Hill, where the governor's bill, along with another bill introduced by Attorney General William Tong.
It is against federal law. It's against state law to offer to veterans to provide services that are otherwise free to them.
Were announced to try to protect veterans from scammers. The legislation would require the for-profit companies to disclose that the services they offer can be received for free and to do so in a way that is more obvious than small fine print. It would also add penalties and fines for those breaking the law.
It is already illegal. They're already not allowed to do this. So we are working to make a mechanism to hold them accountable.
I was horrified at our public testimony to learn that some veterans have been scammed out of tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars of benefits.
For veterans who do not know where to turn to try to get the services and benefits they've earned and are free, they can call the state hotline, but they can also look at organizations right in their hometown.
Why is she whispering? Look, family. So to be clear, many of the unaccredited claim agents that they try to say that are claim sharks, they let you know that you can get these services for free. And many veterans have went to the American Legion, DAV, Veteran of Foreign Wars, but they like, hey, they too overwhelmed or they don't move fast enough, and they go to other people that help. But those groups, they're trying to make the law where you got to notify people, hey, yeah, I can help you and I'm charging you, but you can get that done for free at other places like the American Legion or somewhere. So that's what they're talking about here.
Pretty much every town in Connecticut has a Legion location, post, we call them. Go there, they'll set you in the right direction.
The American Legion, the VFW, and the state all have accredited service officers who can help.
It's just a good feeling to do what we can for our fellow veterans.
There are 25 veteran service officers now, and the state wants to add more, especially in eastern Connecticut, which has the highest population of veterans.
Personally speaking, I can't think of anybody more venal than one of these claim sharks trying to rip off our veterans.
Now, the commander here at the Mystic VFW says that they are here to help other veterans, but they can really only do so if they remain open. And that's why they say they need more members. They need younger members to join up and help keep this and other posts going. We're live in Mystic. Tina Detel, News 8.
Now, is that where they shot the movie Mystic River? Now, family, you know what they're saying, right? Family, come on, let me come up on the screen. You know what their concern is? Young veterans are not joining the American Legion, DAV, Veteran of Foreign Wars, or similar organizations. That's concerning them. That is bothering them because they will go out of existence. And some of them are actually choosing to do what? They're choosing to go to these claims people and paying them money to do it. And that's working around these free services. Now, they're free for them to help you, but they do get paid. Now, let's be honest. They do get paid by the federal government. That's why you'll find a lot of veteran service officers that work for the DAV or American Legion inside a VA regional office. So they do get paid, just not from the veteran. And a lot of times they're overwhelmed. And when people are doing stuff for you for free, what happens? They might do a good job, but they may not, but you ain't paying them. What can you say? So I want to ask y'all a question. Who in here have used an unaccredited claims agent? Somebody like what's some of the ones that we went over before? Who've ever used an unaccredited claim agent? Somebody you paid outside that's not accredited, you paid outside and they helped you with your claim. And they actually helped you. Or you can tell if they didn't help you. Let us know. Let us know, family. Now let me see if I got one more here. And let's read this before we get to the last one. Let's read what we got here. Now, let's see what our brother's saying. He's saying, Brother Randolph Randolph Berner says, refreight November the 23rd, ETS. Okay, December the 23rd. Okay, was still showing as TRICARE overseas until after New Year. Couldn't go to civilian doctor, applied for VHA, which is, Veteran Hospital Administration, in January, didn't get appointment until May. What if you had an emergency? This is very concerning. What you do, you go up there. No, you go to the emergency room. You go get some help. You hear me, Randolph? You go if you need some medicine, anything, and that it's very important you had in medicine in it. I went to the emergency room. Tell them somebody got to see me. You don't wait around for no appointment. If you need treatment, you go get help. Tell me if you hear me, Brother Randolph. Let me know if you hear me. Randolph's Burner. Now, let's see, Brother Charleston Zimmer say, at Randolph's Burner, were you deployed overseas outside the continental U.S.? Now, say Roger that affirm. So now, this happened outside the states, or what? Let us know. Now, family, we're gonna do fair use again. Fair use. We got one more we want to show you. We want to give you an update. We want to give you an update on the now let's see what he said. Let's see, he say, I went in December to file it. I got a bill months later saying wasn't enrolled in VA TRICARE. Okay. Now make sure you go, are you supposed to be in TRICARE? Let me ask you this. Are you a dependent or are you a retired veteran? Let us know your status, okay? So, Brother Randolph, so it won't make sense to us unless you tell us. Let me put the banner up. So this, are you 20 years retired? Look at the screen. Are you 20 years retired from the military? Put RM in the chat. Let us know what type of discharge, what kind of status. Were you retired, regular, honorable discharge? Let us know. Okay, the emergency room filed it. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Now, let us know what your status is as a veteran. Are you just honorably discharged veteran? Or you, okay, you say negative. Okay. Now, what you need to do, you need to get that upgraded. You can go look in your area. I don't know where you at. Let us know the state you're in. Let us know what state you're in, Brother Randolph. What you need to do, you need to go to what tell me what that video I have. Veteran court. Even though you may not okay. Now what you mean by a negative honorable? I don't understand a negative honorable. He said honorable discharge after 15 years. I'm honorable discharge. Okay, so you're honorable. Okay, after 15 years. Now, what you need to do, you need to find out. This is very important. Know what your discharge status is. Look on your DD-214 character of service and make sure that's the case. Because you gave me, I make negative, not retired. Okay. Negative, not retired. So you're not retired. You did 15 years in the military. Okay, that's good. Now, you need to make sure when you went to the emergency room, did they help you? Let us know if they helped you when you went to the emergency room. Because I see what you're saying. They say filed it or something. The emergency room filed. Okay, they helped you. So this is what you're going to have to do. What I had to do. Whenever you need some help, keep going to the emergency room. Sometimes when I have regular appointments, I go to the emergency room. Because if I can't wait, you go to the emergency room, get your help. Get that. And go at certain times where it's not as busy. So that's your trump card. Don't be playing with these people. Because they turn you away and something happened, it's on them. Just make sure you document it. Huh? That's what we're here for. Let me ask you this here. How did you find our channel? Randolph's Burner. How did you find our channel? Let us know. And what made you come up now? Why a lot of people y'all like to watch to see how everything going on? Let us know, because I'm curious and I like to know what kind of impact, because the channel, for some crazy reason, it's just growing. It is growing, family. Did you hear what I said? The channel is growing. The last video that we did on the 6 factors that affect a veteran's permanent and total rating, this is a live stream now. We got 350 people to watch that. Huh? Family, we trying to put out that quality information. Now, fair use. We're going to watch this last video. Of course, these videos are short clips. We're going to watch this dealing with what's going on. Look at Zimmerman, Brother Charleston Zimmerman say, Trump card. H-Town, you killed me. Yeah, I don't mean the President Trump, but I'm talking about, like you playing spades, Trump card like that. Sorry. You came under suggested videos. Okay, well, so we're so glad that you're here, and we're glad that you joined us, and we appreciate you being in here, because if you look at our videos, go through the library. We got over 100 and almost 40 videos in our library, and we break this stuff down. We slow walk it. You understand? Now tell us if you don't mind, because we like to know our new people. Look at Chief say it's all good. Now look, let us know this, our brother. I thank you, brother. Let us know your branch of service, state or country you're currently living in. Let us know that. Now, Betty Bob say, Randolph, go to the emergency room around the earliest 11 p.m. and the latest 4 p.m. That's how I do it. I'm not going to lie to you. Doctors will see you right away. Go in there when there ain't no whole bunch of people in there. Now, I only had one time that I went in late, and there was a whole bunch of people that I don't know what went on. It must have been a Friday. Huh? Oh, boy. Yes, indeed. Did you hear what our sister said right there? See, that's what, let us know in the chat. Give us a symbol. Give us a medical symbol or something, or some kind of emergency room symbol if you are, just say yes if you've been to the VA emergency room before. I can't put no emojis myself. Get some kind of emoji showing that medical emoji saying that you've been to the VA emergency room before. Now, let's see. 6 years, U.S. Army Reserve, break 9. Okay, MS Army, I don't know what that is, but so give us some kind of medical thing if you've been in that emergency room. Let us know if you've been. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so our brother Chief Z4, you have been to the emergency room for. Then give us some kind of medical symbol, family. Brother Charleston been to the medical the emergency room before. Let us know, brothers, and anybody haven't answered yet. What time of the day did you go? How long was your wait, if you remember? All right. Let us know what time of day, how long was your wait, and what time would you suggest that Randolph's Burner go? All right, now. So Randolph's Burner say just to the VA clinic. Okay. So I thought you said you went to the emergency room. Now, Randolph Burner Madoff, you need to go to the emergency room. Yes, indeed. Come on now. He say National MS National Guard. Okay. Now, okay, family. Now let's listen to this last video to going on here. People talking about the more than 1 hour. So it took you 1 hour at the ER. I went, let me remember what time I went. I can't remember, but it didn't take me long to get back there. Wasn't that many people there. It wasn't that many people there. What time y'all went? I went at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was less than probably about 30 minutes before they seen me. Now let's see about Randolph says. That was back in December 2023 when I first came home from overseas. Now, what we need to know, Randolph Burner, have you filed for your VA compensation? Because you got a time limit. And we want to make sure you get your business straight. Let us know. We're going to put another banner up. Okay. And anybody that's new to the channel, you can answer this too. Or look at the screen. Are you service connected, non-service connected? Let us know. And we're going to do what we can to help you. Now, what did you go for? I went because I had the flu. They said I had some kind of flu. I went about, there may have been 6 months, 8 months ago. I went there and they gave me a pill and a shot. And I was good. Now, here we go. Charlton Zimmerman say he went to VA emergency room 3 p.m., 16 stitches on his wrist. Woo! Now, let me ask you, Brother Charles, you know when you say on your wrist, did they ask you, did you commit self-harm? Or are you at danger of committing self-harm? Did they ask you anything like that? Because they usually ask you when you go to the emergency room. Now, Randolph Burner say, before my claim, and the VA healthcare benefits were processed. Okay, you did. Okay. Now we got Betty Bob say, I went, hold on, I got to make this full screen, fam. Because we're pretty much in the, yes. Let me get this here. So it said, Betty Bob say, I went between 11 p.m. and 4 p.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning, the latest. One was seen right away and was walking out in an hour, 11:30 to 1 p.m. Okay. Now, Betty Bob say 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. for sinus infection. Now, see, it's starting to, okay. Charlton Zimmerman says yes. Then our brother Chief says yes. Now we got our brother Randolph say, I filed some and got awarded and have same pending. So I guess you meant to say some pending, including PACT Act. Now, what's your percentage rating, brother? Now I'm at 100%. I don't mind telling you, I'm 100% P&T, but let us know where you at. Where you at on that thing? You 0 to say 99%. Now you can't be 99% because you 99, they'll round it up to 100. Anything from 95 above, they'll round you up to 100. Go look at your VA mail. So you 90. Now here's the thing. Once you get 90%, who in here? Let me ask you this here, family. If you was not, we got several people in here. If you was not, help our brother Randolph out. Who was 90% before they became 100%? Put 90% in the chat if you were 90% before you got your 100. Meaning your last percentage was 90 and you went from 90% to 100. Put 90% in the chat if you had to go from 90 to 100, which is hard, even though it's close. Somebody let us know who in here was 90% before they got their 100% permanent total or 100% TDIU. Who was 90%? Hold on, let's see. Okay, you say Randolph say no, 90%. Now you said 90%. Now you say no 90%. I'm confused. It was a typo. So you wasn't 90%. What's your percentage then? So Army George got it from 90. We'll still talk about it because it's not easy to get 100% when you were 90%. Tell me, family, why is it so hard? Huh? Let us know. Was it hard for you? So he say, I am 90%. 99% was a typo. Okay. So he's 90%. Family, what suggestions do you have for Randolph about how to get that 100% from 90? Because now you have to have at least one condition that's at least 50%. Because VA math is different from other math. You got to get at least 50% or more on one condition, or a combined of 50% more on the new conditions. VA math ain't the same as regular math. That's right, VA math. VA math works differently. For example, if I was 50% for one condition, you listening to me? Well, you would think if I got a 10% rating on something else, it'd be 60%. No, in most cases it is not because of VA math. Now, if I had 10% for my knee, they might add it. When you got low percentages, like you got both knees, one 10%, the other 10%, they'll add them 10 and 10 and make it 20. But when it comes to high ratings that ain't dealing with your joints and stuff, no. And you need to check out, so Army George say, had to get a 50% to take me over 100. So y'all see I'm not lying? You see what Army George said? Say he was 90%, but he had to get at least one condition or a combined of conditions that was 50% or more. Because it started all over. Once you got 90%, you just assume you're dealing with that 10% remaining. You got to get at least 50% of that 10% remaining. The numbers start all over again, so it can round up to 100. Huh? That's why it's so hard. Now, Charleston Zimmer say, file secondary claim. That's a very good idea. Now, listen to what Brother Randolph says. Randolph Berner. He say, I just had my sleep study through the VA and was prescribed a CPAP machine. Did you claim sleep apnea? Are you service connected for sleep apnea? Let us know. Come on, family. Let us know. Let me make sure I got this here. I want to see what we got going. Okay. They're talking about 3 people watching. This thing be doing crazy stuff. I know ain't no 3 people watching this. This is the craziest thing. I don't know what to go with this thing. Now, let's see what he says here. He said, I did an intent to file. Haven't filed it yet. My current claims on step 5. Now you confuse me. You did an intent to file, but you haven't submitted your claim yet. Is that what you're saying? You did your intent to file, but you haven't submitted the claim within that year period yet, right? Is that what you're telling us? Let us know. Now let's watch this last video, family, here, and I appreciate. Keep communicating, keep sharing the information. That's what we're here for, to help. We're here to make sure you straight. That's our job. Now, no, haven't got a service connection for sleep apnea yet. So no service connection for sleep apnea. Have you filed? Do you have a claim in for sleep apnea yet? Because I believe they're about to change the rules on sleep apnea. So you need to have your claim in before they change the rules. If you're going to file one on sleep apnea, you need to have it in before these changes that are coming up, okay? All right? So let me show you what I'm talking about. And family, y'all know we went through this here. We talked about the law change, right? That, well, you know, there's nothing on va.gov No claim, just intent to file. But, well, until you put, do you plan on filing? Because you come on, let's get to the point. Do you plan on filing for because this is texting because it takes a lot. Just get to the point. Do you plan on filing for intent to file? Just get straight to the point because we'll kind of dance around. Well, no, I haven't done this yet. And I gotta wait and ask you another question. Go on, get to the point. Are you planning on file for sleep apnea or not? Let us know. Let us know if you plan on file for sleep apnea or not. If so, when? Because that's one thing I don't like about like texting stuff, because you got to, well, this here. Okay, that there. I want to get to it so we can get to it. Because I'm asking more questions than a jealous woman. Yes, I was just scared of throwing my current claim for 5 steps back to 3. Now, listen, here's the thing. Being afraid, who told you to be afraid? Now, are you, what's supposed to be covered under your intent to file? So we might have to get to that another time because this is getting kind of complicated, but you might email me and we'll chat through the email, or you can put in, because it's kind of too much going on. You're talking about another claim. So I'm trying to help, but you know, it's a more detailed thing. We're going to have to talk about it in a different thing because we ain't going to be able to do it here, or we'll just hold up everything. Let us continue, family. But you can still put information in the chat, but it's going to have to be kind of given an explanation, because if you just talk about one thing, then we talk about that. You say, well, but this over here, it started to get confusing. So let us know. Now let's see what they got here. Okay, so you're saying my sleep apnea is my intent to file. So go ahead and file it before they change the law. Why have the intent to file out if you're too nervous to do it? Either you're going to take the intent to file down, or you're going to go ahead and file for sleep apnea before they change the law. Because the law change is going to be coming up real soon. Now, Betty Bob say VHA directive, VA doctors are authorized to assist with the completing of medical forms. I didn't know that. Now that's good. I'm glad you hear Randolph's Burner, because that's why we get into it. Now here are the 3 major changes so that you're aware, Brother Randolph. 3 major changes, VA benefits changes in 2025. And you might be aware of these already, but we want to make sure. Now, if you have a pending claim, you're going to be straight. That's why you need to file. The intent to file is not enough to cover you. You have to have a specific claim in for a specific disability for it to be covered under the old law. Even if you do it, they might put it on a new law. VA decides themselves. But if it's pending, you can be grandfathered in, but you haven't filed for sleep apnea yet. So here are the 3 things that's going to be changing. One is going to be mental health ratings. They're doing away with the 0% for mental health in 2025. I don't know what month. Some say March, some say May. Now, another thing they're doing, they're making it where it's not based on occupational impairment or social impairment. And so that meaning that it's not based on you working at a job or how good you get along with your family and people in society. Is based on something different. I'm about to show you in a second. Now, so you can be 100% possibly in work, and they can't use against you. You could be filing for 100%, and they can't use the fact you're working against you. Will the VA most likely do it? In my belief, yes, because they don't follow the rules half the time anyway. Now, that's the first thing change with the mental health, and with that mental health, they're going to deal with functioning, or with dealing with all of the level of functioning. So when it comes to your mental health, it ain't based on your occupational impairment anymore. It ain't based on your social impairment when they change the law, which they haven't done yet. It's based on your what? Level of functioning, which is determined by the VA. So don't ask me what it means. The VA comes up with stuff all the time. Now listen to what our sister Betty Bob say. Sit back and peep game. We're so glad you're here, Randolph. We're trying to get to the bottom of it. You hear me? Now, you can ask your doctor to fill out that DBQ. If they say no, you have to go to private. No, no, it was. So basically, it don't hurt to ask them. Many VA doctors don't want to fill it out. And let us know if you know what a DBQ is, a private DBQ. Instead of going to a CMP exam and they fill out a DBQ disability benefits questionnaire, you can actually go to an independent doctor that is aware of, that's informed about your condition and your military situation, and they can fill out an exam form, and you can print them off the internet. Now, you can ask your doctor to fill it out. Okay, yeah, that's what I read that one. Now, so they're aware. Okay, good. Now, another thing's changing is sleep apnea, what you're talking about. Now, they're saying different things of what they're going to do with sleep apnea. So I don't know what to say, but you want to probably get your claim in before the law change. Whatever it is, I think they're taking something away where either they lowering the rating for it, or they're making it secondary to something. I forget exactly, because they ain't been real clear on this. So they're going to be changing on sleep apnea. Which one affects you the most? Is it sleep disturbance or snoring? Let us know. And if you have any, our brother was talking about secondary claims earlier. Our brother Charleston Zimmerman, which is totally right. If you have you have sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, and if you have any of these side effects, where it affects chronic fatigue, it makes you tired, you got hypertension, it risk of having stroke, congestive heart failure, depression, if it makes you depressed, you can file these conditions as secondary claims to the sleep apnea once you get service connected, though. So you got to first get service connected for it. Now, back to what we were talking about. Like we said, fair use. Okay, fam. So what we're going to do here, we're going to watch the last video. So let's see what he said. It said I had the sleep disturbances. Okay, so that's part of sleep apnea. Real good. That's why we here. I know I see I'm real adamant about what I'm doing and serious, because this is about your business and making sure that you are straight. And so we don't play with other people's conditions or benefits. We want to make sure you're straight. Now listen what he says, Randolph Berner. Words is important in claims. What you put in there is very important, as our brother say here. Now, fair use family, we're going to go to this last one. We're going to last video. We're keeping up with what all the people that have been laid off from the federal government. So even though we have different opinions on it, and many people in the chat, we're going to go over the last one here. And we're going to talk about veterans speaking out about being fired from the federal government. So give me a second here. And we thank y'all for your patience. Now let's get this here. Let's get this party started. And we thank y'all for your patience, y'all commitment to the channel, and being here on a regular basis. Now let's see what they're talking about, what's going on with some of the workers, family. And when we do this, always give us a thumbs up on the video if you hear in the chat, to make sure you hear it. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you hear it, okay?
Serving our veterans through the VA is the path I chose, but now that seems to be an end in the road
4 vets from 3 branches.
And I served in the Army for 20 years.
I served 12 years in the Air Force.
70 years of service between them all.
I did 30 years in the Marine Corps.
And I served in the Army for 7.4 years.
All laid off, part of the mass layoffs from the Trump administration.
What did you all do at the VA when you were still working there?
I specifically handled employee benefits.
Processing for claims.
I onboarded these 3.
We handle every single person that's getting medically separated.
Raphael has been through that process, knowing the pain delayed claims can cause.
I have some tears in my shoulders. I wasn't able to get seen medically because of it.
Because of that, he worked after he was terminated last week, returning this week to help the people covering for him.
I'm getting text messages probably right now. My coworkers asking me how to do something.
My husband is also a person in the VA who didn't get fired. So he's getting more cases now that would have been spread out.
I'll be curious to see.
Man, you think, hey, you know, she probably mad at him, boy. That house ain't cool. She lost her job, but he's still working. I want him to get along on that one. Now let's listen to what the brother's saying here.
See how the veteran suicide rates, if they rise from this.
Do you have a hope for what happens next?
I hope we all get our jobs back. Like, I hope they realize that this isn't where you need to cut funds at.
I would love to have my job back, but I would say that the trust has been kind of broken. How is that money being implemented to better serve veterans? If they can prove that, I'll take the termination with a smile and walk away.
I love what I did. I love taking care of employees so they could focus on the mission.
We love our citizens. We love this country. We love the people here. We're going to pour our hearts out to support all of you. Like, how much more do you want to see from me? You want my arm?
They already took your leg.
Okay. That was kind of awkward.
What's the difference between a service?
I didn't see the end of that. Wow. Okay, you hear me good, heard it good. Okay. Now, family. Now we're going to go about the channel. Before we do that, we're going to catch up on the chat. We got our brother here say, oh God, is Doug Collins, VA secretary, hanging out at Burger King coupons, handing out Burger King coupons as he went on and on about Whoppers. Yeah, he's talking about they were handing out Whoppers, talking about it wasn't true what they were talking about. But these are real veterans, look like they're saying they lost their job. But I want to hear both y'all say. I ain't taking no sides on it. How y'all feel about it? Do you think this is fair? They say some people say they just laying off people that just got there within a year. How do y'all feel about the people losing their job, veteran or not? Let us know. Now, family, let's go into our next. So we went over that. Let me kick that from stage. Now let's get into it, family. Oh man, do you see what happens when I'm trying to do something? It's always something crazy. Give me a second here, family. So, all right, we're back at it. The problem is when I got to do it from top because it's too small. And I'm clicking the wrong button every time. All right. Yeah. All right, we should be there now. So about our channel. All right, we've been doing good on it. We've been on about an hour and 30 minutes. We've talked about some of the information already. So about our channel here at the H-Town Vet, our goal is to be interactive, informative, transparent, respectful, and protective of other people's privacy and space. Now, and the ultimate goal is to be troll-free, which is impossible, but we're going to do everything we can to accomplish that. So thank y'all for coming here. And we think your opinion counts here. What you're going through counts. Now, if you have more detailed information you want to know, like some things that you may not be willing to share here, Randolph Burner or anybody else, or it'll be easier if you send it an email. Let us know, because I know they don't let y'all chat, but put so many characters in the chat. I know that. Send it to our suggestion box. Our email is htownvetnorthside@gmail.com to do our suggestions. Here, know the rules, because there are rules for the chat, and apparently you know and you agree to them, so we appreciate you for that. Now, stay on topic. Don't be disruptive, and I shouldn't have to plan that. We start at 6. I'll let you know when we starting later. Tonight we had started at about 8. I had to put some more information. I really want to make sure the information was solid and valid. I like to make sure everything I put out is tight. Now, our regular scheduled live streams on Sundays. Tonight is Sunday. Sundays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. And we'll have impromptu live streams throughout the week sometime. Tuesday is one of our main days that we do unscheduled live streams. How to contact us. Of course, we have our email, the same place that you send the suggestions at. You can in the chat on the YouTube channel. The handle is @HTownVet Northside, or and for those of you that want to contact us, donate. You can send it to our Cash App at $HTownVet Northside, or PayPal htownvetnorthside@gmail.com. Same as our email address. Now, let us continue. Let's see what we got here. Betty Bob says, Randolph, read CFR. You can Google it. Look, write this down, brother Randolph. 38 CFR 3.326, subpart B and subpart C. Read this information. What's the topic on that? What's in there? Let us know, Sister Betty Boss. Give an idea what's the topic covered there. And then he said, I copy. Now, Betty Boss say RGR Wilco. Okay. Okay, that's what our brother Randolph Burner said. He said he copied. Got it. Now let us continue, family. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button, family. Smash that like button. Huh? Can you do that for us? If you haven't done it yet, smash that like button. Let me mute y'all for a minute, because this thing. Now let us continue, family. Say, okay, thumbs up. All right. Thank y'all for doing so. Share the program, share it with others. We appreciate that. Get the word out to others about the H-Town Vet channel. And subscribe if you haven't done so. And that's mainly for those that are watching who may not be in the chat, because you're still a part of the channel. Now, new releases coming out. New releases. This is a very good one, because we released this one on, I want to say, when was this released? When did we do this? On Thursday? I'm telling y'all, family, it started out slow, but I'm telling you right now, we got 356 views on this thing. And this is for a live stream, not for a regular YouTube video. Live streams are longer, and there's a lot of watch hours. This is a very popular one. And it deals with and for those of you that are not 100%, look at say, factors that affect 100% P&T rating. All right. So rating reduction. A lot of people don't think you can get reduced from 100% permanent total. Let me ask you this here. When you watch the video, Randolph's Burner, when you watch our live stream on factors affecting 100% permanent total, What did you learn that you didn't know, or what piqued your interest? And that goes for all of y'all, family. Why is this an interest? Are y'all worried about losing your benefits? And what did you learn? Do you feel better about your benefits now that we went over the information? Let us know. And what piqued your interest, Randolph, about this video in particular? Let us continue. We also had another one on Black History, and this is today we did one on the music genre, starting off with the roots of country music being Black, and we also did one on Black inventors, which is very good also. Go back and watch that when you get a chance. Got a lot of good views on that one. Now, we did one on Black American patriotism and showing how we built the flag, we helped create the U.S. flag and several other patriotic acts that we did. Now, VA educational programs. Go watch. We did a video on that. If you get, we have a live stream. We also have a live stream on if you're 100%. And if you go to prison or jail for at least 61 days, you're incarcerated on a felony, you will be reduced down to 10%. Did you know that, Brother Randolph? Now, I'm newly rated, and I'm trying to educate myself. Well, you got the information. Tell me, if you have any, if y'all have any topics, y'all, that y'all want to educate, now I'll tell you which video to go watch. Any topics that you need information on right now. And I willingly tell you which video will help you, or we'll try to get information that you need. Now, so we also have one is, should veterans be fearful of losing their Second Amendment rights? Okay, now we have one on PTSD triggers. This would be a very good video to watch. We also have one on disabled veteran tags. These are the latest releases. For Texas, this is particularly for Texas, but this concept applies other places. Now, coming soon, we're going to be doing one on Champ VA Healthcare. We're trying to get around to it. It's going to be a minute. Now, go back, and this is what I'm saying by going in our library. If this is a screenshot of our library, that we have them on all the topics. We did one on 100% permanent and total, all the benefits you get and explain. Most popular video, the one with the green battery, it's like 37,000 views, right? If you look at the popular videos, then we had 4 types of 100%, second most popular. VA notification letter, next most popular. Then VA code sheet, VA decision letter, VA disability and incarceration. Say, trying to educate. Now let's see what Sister Betty Bob say. That is about sending a complete DBQ with a nexus letter. Okay, that's what that law is about. So go back to that rule that she sent, the CFR law that she sent to you. So it's about sending a complete DBQ with nexus letter. I'm gonna have to look that up myself. Actionable and sufficient, meaning they can make a decision on it. That's what we mean by actionable. Oh, let me get my take these headset off. All right, let me see what I got here. I want y'all to be able to see me. So now, okay, no, boy, that ain't good. My headset cutting up. Now, they can rate it. They are not even looking at the DBQs or nexus letters. They are just scheduling third-party exam, CMP. So meaning they're scheduling, even though you have one, but you can push them and say, hey, you should consider my DBQ because it has just as much weight as the one that y'all sent us to. Yes, indeed. Now, So go to that channel and watch some of those videos. I wish y'all put them on loop. Watch as many as you can. You're going to learn something from each one. Now it's time to hear from you. What's on your mind? It's time for the family to talk. Okay, we're at the after party. So Betty Bob say, yeah, yes, okay. So that's what now, and Randolph Burns say, yes, he's gonna do it. So family, commit to watching some of those videos. We really would appreciate you. Now, whatever question that y'all have, anything y'all need to say, because we've been doing it. We had a good one last time, what, 4 hours or so? What's the temperature where you at? Let's know what the temperature and what's the low gonna be. Let us know, family. I'm asking for a friend. Because we want to get it on out the way. We started late, and we want to make sure everybody has a chance, to say their piece. And we're gonna close it out shortly here. We apologize for the delay, but we appreciate your patience, time, and commitment. What's that temperature looking like where y'all at? Right now it's 51 here. The low is going to be 43. So it's not getting too low. The low is 43. Now we got our brother, our brother Charleston Zimmerman says 34 degrees, 44 today. Tonight, high 50 tomorrow. Okay. In Pennsylvania. Now we got Betty Bob says 38 degrees. She's in Maryland. Down to 20 degrees. Okay. Then H-Town say, now I'm talking about myself in the third person, 43 degrees. And then Randolph says, I know in the other videos, Chad Bonnet woman was talking about Social Security disability. You better listen to it. Yes. See, we go over a variety of things. That's why it's important to let the veterans to be able to communicate, family. Yes, indeed. Now, Randolph Burner says 45 degrees where he at. Now, family, we're going to get ready. We got started late. We're going to get ready to close it out. So thank you, Randolph Burner Madoff. Thank you so much. Let me pull this up. I'm going to pull this off the screen. All right. If y'all haven't done so yet, smash that like button. So what I do, I go through and shout out everybody. Betty Bobs, thank you for being here. Stay safe and warm in Maryland. Charleston Zimmerman, make sure you keep that snow out that driveway in Pennsylvania. And Randolph's Burner, just make sure that you're straight. If anything go on, go to that emergency room. Let me see. I'm looking. I like the fact that y'all are very engaging in the chat. Bionic Woman, make sure you recoup on that surgery that you're doing, that you're hanging in there trying to, get better and keep that leg from getting swole. Brother Kevin Colbart Sr., thank you for your kindness, for your donations. Man, just thank you so much. Thank you for your donations, Sister Bionic Woman. Y'all have been blessings here. So thank y'all. Coasty, what we looking like, Coasty, if you're still here? What's that weather? Is it gonna snow tomorrow? Hey, if it's gonna snow, put a snowflake in the chat. If it's gonna snow where you at tomorrow, or if you have snow on the ground, put a snowflake. If it's gonna rain, put rain in the rain emoji in the chat. Let us know. Let us know, family. Now let's see what we got here. We're going to shout at everybody. If I miss you, charge it to my head. Chief Mike, we know he got that Cali weather. Chief Mike got that Cali weather. Come on now. So hopefully you're good. Let us know how you doing. Then let me see. I got an appointment to get that mouth guard tomorrow. So tomorrow the 24th, right? Yeah, I got to go downtown. Used to get that mouth guard. Let's see. Army George, thank you for that information. Thank you for being here, my brother. Now let's see. Trying to shout out. That's it. Family, we did it. Now let's see what y'all saying here. Okay, let's see. It say, good night, everyone. Yeah, we started late, fam, so we're going to have to close it out. Randolph Burner says, thank y'all for having me. Well, you better, we having you better come back because we want you back here. Then Coasty says 26 degrees tonight, 8 degrees tomorrow, heat wave. He called, look here in Massachusetts, he called 48 degrees a heat wave. You know it's cold where he from. Betty Bops H-Town, have a beautiful Monday. You do the same, Betty Bops. Huh? I'm going to do my best. I might have to go to bed early tonight. Now, Kevin Cobarcine say, good night, fam. Then Brother Charlton Zimmerman says, good night. If y'all need us, you know my email. Come back here. We're going to see y'all on Thursday, and we're going to go over some more interesting information. Thank y'all for your kindness, your support, and we're going to see you on the next one, family. So let me pull up. So we're going to have our next one on Thursday, but guess what? The lie detector determined that was a lie. H-Town might do them anytime, huh? Huh? Look who coming in. Look, you know, I look back, Bionic Woman. I look back at some of my first live streams. You, Alaskan Ice, Benny, I think was one of my first that are still here. I had some original people, but I don't know if they ever came back or they changed their name. Benny was one of my first people in here. Bulls on Parade, okay. Now, Randolph say it's going to rain. How that weather looking with it? Then Betty Bob say, Benny, good night. We come in, Benny, you in there, but I said we're not gonna have anything on Thursday, but the lie detector determined that was a lie. Then Betty Bob say, Benny, good night. Yes, indeed. Family, we're gonna end on our topic, and we really appreciate you. Hold on. We really appreciate y'all coming in and the kindness that you've shown us, the patience, and we apologize for the late start, but we glad we're going to get that energy. We're going to get started early, and we're going to be cutting up next time. Let me see if so we thank y'all for being here. Glad y'all say. So, family, this was the topic for tonight when we talked about, okay, that didn't. So our topic of night was Black American music creations. And tonight we were talking about country music. We're going to be doing it where we're going to talk about rock music, and we're going to talk about grunge music and hip hop. And then we're going to close it out for Black History Month. So Randolph says, safe night, Godspeed. Like you said in the movie, Godspeed, Spider-Man. I love that part of the movie, William Dafoe. So family, we want to thank y'all for being here. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you on the next one. Good night.